this video, you're going to get 3 tips to help you to learn how to apply all that scale practice to learning tunes. Hi, I'm Donna Schwartz from DonnaSchwartzMusic.com, the site to bring your playing up to the next level. Okay, first tip. It's really actually kind of obvious. You need to really learn your scales. And I don't mean just playing the scale up and down. Great, I have it memorized. I did it 2 octaves. How awesome. I even played 16th notes. Cool. No, I don't really know the scale well enough. You know the scale well enough when you're able to move around. When you're able to jump around, move around, create your own patterns and all that type of thing, okay? So that's the first tip. Really get to know your scales. Now, one of the little bonus tips I'm going to give you is this. If you really want to learn that key, right now this is my key of E flat, don't just learn the major scale, learn all the modes that go with it. And I usually have my students play an exercise like this. Etc. It just keeps going up and down. It's a modal exercise. I didn't create it. It's actually, you'd see it in a lot of method books. But by playing that one particular exercise, you're moving around the key, you're moving around each mode that's part of that key, and you're hearing what's going on, and you're listening, and you're learning a lot, and you're also moving your, you're getting more coordinated with your fingerings. Okay, so that is tip number 1. Tip number 2, you need to learn vocabulary in that key. Vocabulary means this, patterns. It also means transcribed solos or parts of transcribed solos. Now, I don't mean that you memorize a pattern and throw it out when you solo on the bandstand. That's not it. You see, when you learn a language, you're learning letters, then you're learning words, you're learning phrases, then you're learning more complicated words, more complicated phrases. And the more that you internalize that and you talk and you say those types of things, it comes out naturally when you speak. And if you ever speak in public, it will come out then too. When you play, it's like you're speaking in public. Okay, so you're portraying a language that you know. The best way to boost your language is to learn patterns. And patterns can be stuff that you create, digital patterns. So 1, 2, 3, 5s. It could be 1, 2, 3, 1. So I'm giving each note of the scale a number. E flat's 1, F is 2, G is 3, etc. You could also get pattern books, okay, and you can practice those patterns and memorize them in many keys. A particular standard pattern would be something like this. Okay, and that particular pattern would be over a 2-5-1 chord. But the thing is that that's an awesome pattern, and that pattern was taken from players who improvised back in the 50s and 40s. But when you're playing on the bandstand, you don't want to necessarily be playing that pattern that particular way. You may want to alter it. Okay, you may want to use bits and pieces of it, okay? So patterns are great. Transcriptions. If you want to really learn, 2-5s and learn how to apply them, we'll find a tune with a lot of 2-5s in it and listen to a solo, see what parts you like, and then transcribe that piece from that particular solo. Really get it down, and then if it's a great little lick, learn it in all the keys. Okay, that's another way to learn your language, to learn your vocabulary and incorporate it. And then it's going to become part of your language, and it'll come out on the bandstand. Okay, tip number 3. Take that, for example, you're using a 2-5 chord sequence, take it out of time. This is a tip I learned from Dennis de Blasio. So let's say you have an E minor 7 to an A7 to a D major 7. Take each chord, and you're going to use a metronome when you're doing this, but if in the music it's 2 beats on the E, 2 beats on the A, and 4 beats on the D, well, you're going to take your time with each chord. You're going to keep that metronome on, and you're going to really learn the notes of that chord and know what scale to apply to that chord and really get it down and in your fingers. And then when you're ready, you could start to make the note or the length of time that you're focusing on that chord much shorter. So for example, let's say you're working on the E minor 7 chord and you're playing it for 4 measures, and then the A7 for 4 measures, and then the D7 for 4 measures. Well, then bring it down. Once you're comfortable, condense it down to like 1 measure each and then 2 beats each. So did you like this video? Click like, please share it, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you know when my next new video is going to come out. Now, if you really dig this content and you want to go further, I've got a great freebie for you. And it's a video, 3 mistakes most improvisers make when they're soloing, and you want to avoid these. So if you want to get your hands on that, all I need is your email. There's a link in the show notes below. Just click on that link, and then you're going to get instant access to that video. And then you're going to see with that video, you're going to get a ton of information that's going to help you not make those mistakes that most improvisers make. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Have a great day.